Fitzpatrick, and I'll serve as chair for tonight's hearings. Other members of the board tonight include, from my far left, Mary Frances Stone, who is an alternate member, will be participating in discussion but will not be voting. The voting members then will be, to her immediate right, Jessica Lee, Terry Novotny, and myself. To my right is Attorney Eric Schock, who will serve as board solicitor and provide legal advice to the board. To his right is Paige Stefanelli, who is the zoning officer for the city of Bethlehem. And to the far right of the table is Jean Genova, our court recorder, who will be taking a record of tonight's hearings. Since there's only one hearing tonight, the matter on 1344 Center Street has been continued to October 26th. I don't think we need to go through a lot of things procedurally and maybe just open the case with you.
Okay.
I would, are you going to have any witnesses?
I'm the witness.
You are, and you're an attorney, or?
Yeah, but I'm not here in that capacity. So
Okay.
I have to testify.
Do we have to swear him in then?
I just need to make one.
Okay. We do have one procedural matter, if you would bear with us.
Yeah,
Attorney Schock.
Mr. Chairman, as I informed you, the applicant is Richard Crawford from Bartush Signs, and the application is for Bowery Farming. I did learn, though, that the landlord happens to be, it's an entity that is formed by a client of ours. I've had no connection to this. The owner is not here, but to the extent that I just wanted to advise it. I don't think it's a conflict. I don't vote. I don't advocate for either party. There's no one here to raise an issue if it were. So if it's okay with you, I would ask if the board would be comfortable if I continued in that role.
Thank you. Then without objection from the board, we'll rule that Attorney Schock may serve. Can I assume you have no objection as well?
No objection.
Okay, thank you. In which case, I think we're going to have to swear you in, even though you're an attorney. So if you would stand, raise your right hand, please.
I should too, yeah.
Swear by mighty God, the searcher of all hearts, that the testimony that you shall give in this proceeding should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and as you shall answer to God at the last great day. Do you so swear?
I swear.
May be seated.
Thank you. Can you tell us when the property was posted?
On October 5th, I personally did it, and I have a photograph,
Okay.
a document.
Okay, no,
related to it.
that's fine. Paige, can you give us the facts of the case, please?
This is 1025 Featherway. This is the appeal of Richard Crawford on behalf of Bowery Farming to install a commercial wall-mounted sign. It is 37 feet 6 inches above grade proposed. The maximum allowed is 25 feet above grade. And the relief that they're requesting is 132009A2I. This is a irregular lot. It is 402,059 square feet, and it is located in the Industrial Redevelopment Zoning District.
Thank you. The floor is yours.
Okay. My name is Richard Crawford, and I'm with Bartush Signs. We're located in Origsburg, Pennsylvania. And I'll give you my card. Okay. I'm a sign designer and project manager, and I've been in the sign industry since 1983. And I have a very unusual application in a way before you. I've never had one like this before. And I want to assure the board that we had no idea or intention what we were doing. But we're here tonight for relief for the sign height on the wall. If you don't know already, the sign is already installed. But we thought we had a permit when we installed it. But we didn't. The short case is we're requesting the height on the wall for two reasons. One, due to the way the roads are laid out in this part of LVIP and the topography of the land, we were trying to place the sign on the side of the building so that it was visible from Gilchrist Drive. And there's a photo in the design file that I believe the board got. Page 4 of 5 has a photo of the sign on the wall. It is there at 37 feet 6 inches. And then the second photo is from Gilchrist. And that was the whole purpose of the location of the sign, to put it so it was high enough so that a visitor or a freight person or a delivery person could have a shot at seeing the building and seeing Bowery identified from Gilchrist before the turn on the Featherway. There's a small, low-mounted monument sign in front of the building, but you would never see that from Gilchrist, and you really don't even see it from the turn. So that was the purpose of putting the sign higher on the wall, and we request relief based upon that. The other reason is when I looked at the building, when I looked at the elevations, the higher location was the more appropriate location aesthetically. I mean, that's my opinion as a design professional, but it was better placed higher versus lower. And they're the two reasons we're asking for relief. I don't know if anybody had a chance to look at my narrative, but I can give you the long story. Sure.
We have time since you're
You're
the only
one.
customer tonight. So.
I won't ramble on too much. But again, this is embarrassing, this application, actually, in a way, but it happened. We got an order for this sign in September of 2021, and we made application to LVIP. We got that approval, and I checked the code, and our sign size was fine. So we started building the sign, and I applied for the sign permit. Somewhere in the fall, the customer, Bowery, asked that the sign be installed before the Christmas holiday. It wasn't a requirement of the job, but they said, would you do that? And when someone asked that, we try to do it if we can. We don't ask why. So we said, okay, we're going to try to do it. I made application to the city for the sign permit. It wasn't ready in the middle of December. And then I called on or about December 20th and said, I'm calling about the sign permit for 1025 Feather Way. And the person I spoke to said, it's ready, it's here. I went, great. So I ran up there and I paid the fee and got the permit and went back to my office, put it in an UPS overnight envelope and sent it to our shop, which is near Pottsville, Pennsylvania. My office is in Doylestown. I never looked at the permit. And so when I went up to the shop, it got scanned in and put in an electronic folder, and that was it. But it wasn't the permit. It was not. So we put the sign up thinking we had a permit, but we did not have a permit.
What were you given? Did you look at it?
I was given a packet of information. It was a permit. I could see it was a permit.
Yeah.
But I didn't go through it.
Mhm.
And that's my fault. And then the person at the shop didn't go through it.
Was it a permit for something else?
Yes.
For what?
Later that week, I talked to someone from the city, and I think it was a dumpster or something like that. And then after that, before the first, the zoning officer said it's denied because of the 25-foot height limitation.
So you had a permit, but you just didn't have the right permit.
Yeah.
Right?
No, we sent back the wrong one, but then we had already installed the sign, and that's why we're here tonight. The other interesting factor on this is there's a part of the code that says if your letters are only 3 inches deep, forget about it. You can put it up any height. And our letters are 4 inches. And that's why we, I think, got disqualified on that. Now, if I had been more thorough when I looked at the code in the fall, I would have seen the 3 inches and we would have built them to the 3 inches. But we did not. So that's why we're here asking for relief to leave the letters where they are on the building. There are adjacent properties with signs this high, 37, 38 feet high. That's page 4. This page. These are adjacent or immediately adjacent to Bowery, Reeb and Curtis Wright. These signs are higher than 25 feet off grade. I don't know the whys and the wherefores of the application. Maybe they built their letters to 3 inches deep.
I was going to say, could it
Yeah.
just be that they're 3 inches, which
Yeah.
we can't tell is any different than yours,
Yeah.
probably, when we look at the picture.
And I wasn't sure why that was in there. I mean, there's no engineering reason why 3 inches it's okay and 4 inches and it isn't, but it's in there. So we respectfully request relief to have the sign at 37 feet, 6 inches.
A couple questions.
Yes.
You said Reeb. I can't read the other one. What was the second business?
Curtis Wright.
Curtis Wright. And how close are these? Is it the same park?
In same park, yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Will you be talking about the other relief you're requesting here, that I believe it's side yard parking relief?
No.
That's the other app.
No, that's.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. You're correct.
Um,
You want to talk about their parking problems? Since you,
What do you?
we have time. As I said, my apology.
I really, signs are my area of expertise. I'm sorry.
Signs are. Questions from members of the board? Ms. Stone.
Oh, I just have a question. When you're talking about a sign and letter size, is the sign actually individual letters that are installed?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is similar to the other signs
Yes.
where they're in the photos.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Lee.
I don't have anything right now.
Mr. Novotny.
So Bowery Farming, how do they use this building?
I believe I buy their products at Acme. I think they're farming, and it's indoor farming.
Mhm.
What's that, indoor farming?
Yeah.
So this sign really would be more of a directional sign.
It's
Delivery.
directional. It is identification. If you can see it from Gilcrest, it does tell the driver where they're going. And it really just completes the corporate presence. The facility is huge. I mean, you just see this one elevation, it's gigantic. So in proportion, in scale to the building, it fits.
Mhm.
I can't imagine you could even think of an adverse impact on anyone by having this sign 12 feet high.
12 feet, no, it can't be seen from a residential area. It's not going to impact property values. It improves traffic flow and traffic safety, therefore. I can only think of positives and not a negative, really, in this particular industrial park.
Mhm. Does it glow in the dark?
It is illuminated with LEDs, and it's green. And you can't see it from a distance. You can't see it from Commerce Boulevard.
Okay.
Green is a very hard color to light at night, so it's not super bright,
Okay.
but that's what the customer wanted.
Mhm.
One of the points we discussed was 4 inches versus 3 inches on the lettering. I mean, can you see, is there any noticeable difference from one sign to the other?
No,
With
I
the
mean,
other?
I went and looked at these, the Reeb and the Curtis Ray. I can't tell really from the ground whether they're 4 or 3 no, they used to be 5 before LEDs came into play. But now that we're using LEDs, we've been able to make the letters shallower and shallower. You could make a letter 2 inches really at this point, but we did not. There's no difference between the 3 and the 4. And like I said, in terms of engineering, it's the same engineering. There's no load out, whether it's 4 inches or 3 inches, it's just down.
Okay.
And we submitted a sealed plan for these letters, which the city received.
Okay. Attorney Shock, do you have anything else you wanted for the record?
No.
Ms. Stefanelli, anything that you need?
The only thing that I want to add is that the Planning Commission has recommended that the ordinance in terms of the signage and the height within this zoning district, they have recommended to have a greater height. I'm unsure of what the height is in terms of their discussions previously, but it is something that they are discussing, that may or may not go in front of council.
Okay, thank you.
Which would apply to then all buildings in this zoning district
That's
if
correct.
it were enacted. So it's under discussion.
Yes.
Okay, one last bite at the apple. Any final questions?
No.
Do you have anything else you wanted to introduce testimony-wise?
No.
All right.
Want to deliberate?
Beg your pardon?
Are you going to deliberate then?
Yeah. Gene, we're going to go off the
Okay.
record. Yeah, why don't we go outside just quickly?
record.
I'd like to go back on the record, and I'd welcome a motion from a member of the board.
Sure. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the commercial wall-mounted sign at 1025 Featherway.
I'll second.
Second. Oh, you said
No,
it, sorry.
we did.
I'm not
Ms.
paying
Stefanelli, would
attention.
you call the roll, please?
Okay, that's what I was waiting.
William Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Jessica Lee,
Yes.
Terry Novotnik,
Yes.
Your appeal's been approved.
I am so relieved. I can tell you, because if we had to take those letters down, we had to patch the wall too.
Well, anyway, good.
No, thank you.
I was going to wish you good
Exactly.
luck with the project, but it sounds like it's already done, so.
No, but they also would like us to wrap this up, so.
But look,
Thanks
again,
again.
good luck with it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being gentlemanly too about the way you approached everything, so good luck. Having no other business before the zoning hearing board this evening, this meeting is adjourned.